Okay, no, I'm not like this sunburnt or that far off from my neck and chest. I have a face mask on. It's a very thin one, but it's red algae from Osea, or however you say it, O-S-E-A. It's my first time using it. I just had like a little trial one that my mom gave me. So hopefully it does wonders. It's supposed to be detoxifying. But hopefully I don't break out from it. But I am on my period right now, so I could use what I can get. But anyways, I wanted to come on here and chit chat a little bit. I got a new water jug from Costco. Loving it. Literally yesterday, but still loving it. I love a straw. I drink way faster out of a straw, and I'm not usually a metal water bottle person, but I feel like out here it's so hot. I need something that's gonna keep things cold. Also, bought myself flowers. These are so pretty. I used to not really like roses, but I've been loving roses lately. So go get yourself some flowers. If you haven't, this is your sign. But I wanted to come on here and talk about moving. I've been thinking about it lately because I came to Arizona like literally a year ago, like a week ago with my mom. And that's when I decided on my move. And I just wanted to like come on here and talk about it and my process and just like how it's been since a year ago I decided to move and like now being here and everything. But if you want to move, if you're like thinking about it in the slightest bit, like this is your sign to like do it. I will say you definitely need to prep a little bit for it, but like there's never going to be the right time, and you're always going to like make excuses to not do it. It's scary. It's something you want to put off. Like it's change, it's new, but do it. If you want to try it, especially if you're young, like I moved when I was 23. Like I had nothing tying me down, so like try it while you can, because it's so much harder to move. If you want a family someday, it's so much harder to make your family move, or like sometimes if your job. But like when you're young, like try things out. Like I was fortunate enough, I work remote, so I kept the same job, but like sometimes take the risk. Like I think everybody at some point should like move away from where they live or grow up, whether it's for college, whether it's for a job, early, later in life. It's just like, I feel like you learn so much about yourself and just like the world, not being in your small little bubble and just meeting different types of people. I was fortunate enough to do that in Notre Dame, met a lot of people from different parts of the country. So even though I went to school close to home, I felt like I had a very diverse community that I was friends with at least. But then just like moving away, it's just like a different way of life, and like I mentioned, learning so much about yourself. So this is your sign to move. But I will say, like, especially myself being a planner, like you do need to plan some things. To give a little backstory to me, I graduated in 2021, May of 2021, got my job end of July, I want to say, and worked remote, was living at home with my parents, and was fortunate enough to just kind of like travel and visit friends in different cities. One, to kind of figure out where I wanted to live, and two, just like seeing people I haven't seen since COVID like happened. So yeah, I like took some time, and I, in my position, like I'm a firm believer, like to take your time, like pray on things. Like I wanted to be pulled in the right place. I wanted it to feel like a decision was like brought to me by God and like was moving in a right path because of that. And I just felt really drawn here. Like I loved it. There's a lot of things I loved about it, but there was just like this different feeling I had. So yeah, so pretty much from July, August to April, I thought of a couple different cities I would want to move to. I had a couple things I wanted in mind, like wanted to get out of the Midwest, wanted to go somewhere warmer, city, wanted to know a few people there because I'm honestly kind of shy if I don't know people. So I was like, I work remote, I need to know people so I can like have people to go out with and like meet new people and like expand my friend group. So that was like contingency for me. But yeah, so travel, went to different places, went to Austin, went to Houston, went to Maryland. Like sometimes it was for work, sometimes it was for fun. But really narrowed it down to here. Another place I wanted to go to but didn't was like the Carolinas, but I don't know anybody who lives out there, so that kind of steered me away. And I also love Chicago, would have stayed near home and went to Chicago, but I needed to get away from the winters, and I definitely am glad I did that. I'd love to spend like summers in Chicago, early fall, but right now that's not in the cards, but someday it will be. But yeah, so just like spent that time traveling, figuring out what was important to me, and really just kind of like praying on it, and it led me here. I came here last April, and I thought I knew I wanted to move here, but I was like, I'm gonna like really take things slow. I'm gonna go and visit with my mom because she had never been out here, so we came out here in April. And then I was like, okay, I'll probably go in the fall again by myself, get an Airbnb for like 2 weeks since I work remote, and I'll like try it out and be like, can I actually see myself living here? But when I came in April, I was like, I'm moving here. Like I just knew I just had this feeling. I already felt like I knew my way around, and I had only been here one other time, like a year before. It was just weird. I felt very like at home, even though I knew like 1 or 2 people here and had been here one time before. I also literally got a promotion and moved positions, like got the offer, signed it while I was out here. Like it was crazy. It was like kind of unexpected too. I had recently just transitioned in recruiting and was like getting in a groove in recruiting at my company, and then this other role opened up, and honestly I didn't think I was qualified for it at all, but I was just like, something pulled me to like talk to my boss about it, and she's like, yes. And then like literally the week I came out here, they needed somebody to transition fast because the other girl was leaving our company. So I was like learning, transitioning, getting the offer literally the week that I was out here, and like so thankful for my company and so thankful for that promotion, because that put me in a position to be confident to move out here. Because let me tell you, paying rent, going from living at home, stacking your dough, and then, because I was like saving pretty much all my money besides like the flights I was booking. I was fortunate enough, most of my trips I was staying with friends, so I saved a lot of money there. But don't get me wrong, I was flying places, but not enough to be like counting as rent. So moving out here, moving to a good area, getting an apartment by myself is a huge difference than living at home and stacking your money, which I'm still getting used to. So like that's another reason it just like worked out for me, and the timing was right, and my job just really helped me be able to make that move. So I would say like make sure you have a plan, like career wise, or you have enough money saved up, because it's tough. Like it's tough. Moving out here, having to get an Airbnb for a couple weeks. I drove out here, which was like the cheaper route for me, versus like shipping my car out here and flying and shipping all my stuff, even though I literally only had my car full. But yeah, like buying stuff for my apartment, consistently paying rent, and like I did not pick the cheapest place to live, and I don't regret it. Like I love living here, and I'm so grateful. Like my goal was to be able to host people, and picking the place I did, I've been able to host people super comfortably. So like I love it. But yeah, you definitely need to plan. So stack your bread, financially be in a position. Like you have to sacrifice some things. Like you have to save in certain areas and not do things for a certain amount of months, or like you have to ball on a budget when you move, and just things like that. And always stay prepared for unforeseen costs or spending more. Like, always over budget yourself because things are expensive and life is just getting more expensive and it's crazy. But yeah. But all in all, like, I'm so happy about my move. I love it here. I see myself staying here for a while. There's not too many other places, honestly, that I would want to even try. Like, I'm definitely open to it and I'm not against it, but I don't really see myself moving anytime soon unless, like, career-wise or some sort of, like, relationship pulls me somewhere. But right now I'd say I'm loving it. This is my new home. It honestly has felt like home since the first few months, and I'm just excited to explore more. Like, the West Coast in general and being out here, there's so much to do. Like, recently went to the Grand Canyon. I still need to go to Sedona, Flagstaff. I want to learn to snowboard. There's so many national parks around here. Utah, I've only been to Colorado once. I'm going to Vegas again for the second time this weekend. I need to take a weekend trip to San Diego and, like, LA and stuff. So there's just so much to do out here. And just, like, in the area, I feel like it's going to take me forever to even get old or sick of what's around me, which is a great feeling. So yeah, I'm excited to continue this chapter. And, like, personally, I just have grown so much since I moved out here. Like, first time being away from my family, I was the first one to move away, even though I'm the baby of the family. I'm the first one to move, like, far away, especially, like, a flight away. So it's just been a lot of, like, I'm already an independent person, but it's been a lot of, like, you got to figure things out on your own. But it's a good thing. Like, it's built me up a lot. It's also given me so much alone time in a good way. Like, I have spent so much of the last year alone with myself. Don't get me wrong, I've been so, I don't want to sound like I'm a loner, but, like, I've definitely made friends and it's been great, and I have a couple close friends who live in the area now, but I spend a lot of my time alone, and it's been good because it's just, like, reflecting on the past few years of my life and where I am now. It's just, like, crazy. I feel like a whole different lifetime ago that I was, like, living at home, and it was kind of weird. I went back home this past week. It was great. I got to go see my family. It was my first time home since Christmas, so the longest I've gone is 4 months. I went for my sister's bridal shower. Say hi, bride-to-be. Howdy.
Get it, Freddie. Get it, girl. Yeah.
This is supposed to be a group effort routine. We're not hitting each other. You gotta sit up here so they can see your dance moves. They gotta see your dance moves. Are you camera shy?
No. We don't talk about blue. No. We can't. We don't talk about blue. No. Yes, Yahweh. I don't talk about blue. No. 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 I don't talk about it.
Reggie, I think there's more. You gotta come back.
What?
You gotta spray more.
Why?
You see it right there? Give your sister a hug. Give your sissy a hug. It was just so good to see everyone, and so many people were there from my hometown. But it was like weird. It was like, wow, like I can't imagine myself still living here. Like I feel like I've outgrown a physical place and like just a mental place of where I was. And it was just like a surreal feeling. I don't know if that's the right word. It was just like, it was good because it was like great to see everybody. I loved catching up, and like nothing against those people or that place, but it's just like was reassurance, like exactly a year later, like you made the right choice, you're moving in the right direction, like your future is bright, and like basically that I outgrew that area. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird how timing works. Like it's weird that I decided this a year ago to move. It's weird I got to go home right now. And so I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about that. Like things just seem to kind of like align. And I feel like one thing with me having more time with myself and learning more about myself, you just become more in tune, and like things just start to like make sense, and you stop reacting less to good or bad in like such a negative or positive way, or just being super emotional. And I am a very emotional person, sensitive person, but I feel like because I have this like inner confidence, and to me it comes from God, like it comes from the Holy Spirit, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, and just being more in tune with God, the universe, all of that. Like I just have so much more confidence in the decisions I make or why things happen to me, good and bad. Because trust me, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Like it's stressful at times. It's stressful being on my own. It's stressful paying rent every month. It's stressful, like some things that come up, meeting people like taking advantage of you, like things like that. Because you want to see the good in people, like especially meeting new people in an area where you don't know their backstory, like because you don't know anybody in their life. It's hard, but you just have more peace, I think, with the good and the bad, and you just take those lessons and you move forward from that, and just know that everything happens for a reason. And if you like know you have a good heart and you're on your right path, and you praying to God, you're spending time with him or whatever you believe in, and like trying to get closer to that, like you always know it's going to work out in your favor. And that's just something I've really brought along this path. So that's what I really wanted to go on here and talk. Just like timing is crazy. Timing is everything. Trust your gut. Save up your money and make the move. If you want to make a move, try it out, make the move. And I'm currently in a place like that, like trying to be firm in my faith and be in the present moment, because my lease is up the beginning of August, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, if I'm gonna stay here. I really don't want to keep spending the money I am to stay here. To be honest, I haven't been making as much money as I had hoped this past like year. Based off the economy, my like commission just hasn't been what I wanted it to be. Set very high goals for myself, but like I know I can reach them, but some things have been out of my control. So I'm struggling to decide if I'm gonna sacrifice some things and continue to pay to live where I do, because it's a beautiful place, beautiful location. It's been great for me, and obviously it would be convenient to just stay here. If I want a roommate, if I don't want a roommate, if I do want to try a different area because I can get up and move, like not outside of Scottsdale, but just like a different apartment. So I have a lot of things to think about. and it's kind of been stressing me out because it's like it's already May, so I have like 3 months to figure it out. Fortunately, around here, like, you can decide last minute. Apartments are always opening and closing, and are short-term, long-term leases. So I do have that in my favor. But it's definitely stressful. You're like, I don't know where I'm gonna live, which I've never dealt with that before. And like, that's just something like, I guess I've taken for granted my whole life. Like, I've had the security of knowing where I'm gonna live. So I guess that's something to really be grateful for. But reflecting on that, trying to ball on a budget to like plan for that, but literally May is like my busiest month of things to do. So I don't know, but that was a side tangent. But move if you want to move. I'm excited. I'm going to start posting consistently because I'm going to Vegas this weekend to Lovers and Friends, and I'm going to cry because I have wanted to go to this. I thought this was like a fake concert when it first came out, or music festival. It's like R&B, it's like new and old artists, and I'm just like so excited. Like, my soul is so happy because if you know my music taste, you know this is like right up my alley. I'm going to insert the lineup here, and you're like, Monroe listens to them and them and them and them and them. And I'm like, yes. So I'm going to cry tears of joy, but like, that's been stressing me out because I'm going with Kayla and we're like trying to ball on a budget. So we're trying to drive up the day of it and just like get a crappy hotel that night, and we're like struggling to figure it out. But we will, and everything's going to work out, and I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to try and record the weekend and have another video to post. But I love you all. It's so good to talk to you. If you have any questions about moving, if there's anything specific you want me to talk about in like my process, if you literally want to chit chat with me, like call me up, text me, message me, like I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to support you in any way I can as you embark on this journey, or if you're kind of feeling stuck, happy to help there too, because I think we like have things happen in waves. This is my last comment, I'm sorry, I always drag these out. But I think things like happen in waves. Like, sometimes some areas of our life are going really well and sometimes others aren't. And that's something I'm trying to be mindful of right now. Like, you can't have it all always going good at the same time. And like lately I've been struggling with trying to like budget myself and see these costs that I'm spending, but also and not making the money I want to, and trying to save the money that I want to save to invest in certain things has been difficult. But I'm like really trying to figure that out, and that's not an area I was struggling in a year ago, because I had money saved to make this move and got a promotion and was feeling confident. Also, like, my fitness and body right now being heavier than we've been in a long time has been hurting my mental. Not really my physical. I honestly feel pretty good, and that's the part I don't like, because I don't feel confident at this size, and I know I can be a little lighter to be healthy still. So that's been a little frustrating. But like a year ago, I'm like in a good workout place, but I've been overeating. But like a year ago, I was not nourishing my body, and I was not skin and bones, but like for me, skin and bones, like very light, but I wasn't in a healthy place. Like mentally I wasn't doing well, and it was reflecting in me physically. So that was my last little tidbit. This video is supposed to be about moving if you want to move and making that decision, but making it a logical decision, saving up, planning, having a plan for it. You gotta have a plan to execute, but that's the main point of this video. But that last little tidbit, my extra little knowledge to you, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. But not everything is always going to be going great, and especially not in every area of your life. So just like sit back, enjoy the ride. Like, what goes down must come up, and just take the lessons, like try and understand why you're going through that season, why God has you in the position he does. And a lot of times, like, you lose things, or you're in a low area, or don't feel like you're getting the return on certain things because you're about to like catapult even further. And I truly believe that for myself, and like you should too. Like, it hurts us so much to think so negatively. And like, what fun in life is that if I just sat here this whole time and just thought like, oh, I'm never gonna make it out of this situation. Oh, I'm gonna be struggling financially. Oh, like this and that, like this isn't where I want to be, which I'm guilty of. But like, what fun is that when I could sit here and be like, oh, the best is yet to come. I know this is on its way to me. I know it's overdue. I know I've been waiting for this. I know God has my desires in store for me, blah, 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 blah. So just like believing that, like, it's so much better. It's such a healthier way to live, such a positive way to live. And like, you just feel better. Like, you just have more to look forward to instead of thinking about it so negatively. So move if you want to move. Not everything is going good at all times. And just know it's all going to work out how it should for you. And I love you. And I'm here for you. But I'm going to wash this off. I swear I have a face mask on. I know it doesn't look like it. Also, how do I feel about bald Monroe? I'm kind of here for it. I need to dye my eyebrows again. But I'm kind of definitely used to no eyelashes again. But will I get them back? Probably. Also, should we go dark with our hair or should we go blonde again? I can't decide, and I need to decide before my sister's wedding because I need something to happen to this hair. Because I mean, I've been rocking the outgrown root look, but I don't know if I want to go blonde again or if I want to just like go darker, natural. But help me decide, and help me decide where I should live. I'm just kidding. But I love you guys. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you in Vegas.